It's a silent, still night on the Gold Coast in Australia. Councillors, hushed and determined, make their way to a secret room. Out of earshot of the ratepayers, they convene to discuss a new controversial tax. The councillors feel nervous. They have just been re-elected without giving voters any hint that an expensive new tax was being planned. The mayor of the Gold Coast, Tom Tate, breaks the silence with a somber tone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a huge problem. The council is struggling financially. We need to do something urgently. The grim-faced councillors start muttering among themselves. The mayor continues. He says the council will have to impose a new tax on its citizens to get more cash. The room erupts into chaos. Arguments flare as councillors voice their disapproval. A male councillor rises to his feet. Quiet everyone. Tate, this is a preposterous idea. It's a bad plan. You are taxing us to the hilt already. This is out of the question. Quietness finally prevails when a female councillor rises to her feet.
Councillor Tate, I agree this is a terrible suggestion. You think you are Napoleon Bonaparte, the Emperor of the Gold Coast. We didn't tell voters anything about this secret tax plan during the election. They will be so angry.
The room is silent and the female councillor continues.
But I have an idea. There is a way around this. What if we tax just a small group of voters? They might get angry, but the majority of voters won't take any notice. The majority don't receive this extra tax.
We could tax high-rise apartment owners. They represent only a few % of the ratepayers. They have plenty of money to splash around. These apartment owners have wonderful views. We could tax the view people look at out of their window.
Ah yes, a view tax.
That's a brilliant plan. The higher the floor, the more view tax you pay. We might charge you an extra 10 or 20% in rates if you live 5 floors up, but those on 40 to 50 floors might pay up to 50% more. That will bring in plenty of cash. It's a great idea. The mayor looks happy and excited. Cheers break out among all the members of the council around the table. A waiter brings out champagne and everyone fills their glasses and drinks. They toast to the view tax. And so, in the shadows of the Gold Coast, a new tax is born, the view tax, a tax that forces owners to pay money to the council without receiving any new services, a tax that, if it prevails, could eventually be adopted Australia-wide, a tax that discriminates against the many retirees and elderly people in high-rise, a tax that sees residents on high floors pay the equivalent of 3 years of rates every 2 years, a tax that's un-Australian, that contradicts the nation's aim to encourage people to live in high-rise. It's also a cowardly tax. It impacts a minority of residents whom it's believed won't have the numbers and strength to fight it. But the opposite is happening, with Australians across the country uniting to stop the view tax cancer before it spreads nationwide. Authorised by the View Tax Action Group.